I just found an insane automation strategy which, if you reuse right now for your e-commerce brand with Google Ads, can literally explode your brand to the very next level. And in this video, I want to expose this strategy step by step to you and explain how you can utilize it for your own brand to grow it to the very next level. Now, before we actually deep dive into this automation strategy, I want you to keep a few things in mind. First and foremost, automation of any sort when it comes to Google Ads should only be a small portion of your entire strategy. You don't want to make your entire ads approach automated, because what happens is when there's a lot of automation involved, it takes away the human dynamic, the human approach that's necessary to truly make your ads work and then eventually to truly scale your brand to the very next level. And this is exactly where this automation strategy comes into play. It's designed to make your life easy. It's designed to make your team's life easy so that when you're in the rush period, maybe it's Black Friday, maybe it's a special season for your brand, and you want to take a lot of decisions very quickly, you want to scale very quickly, this automation can literally save you not only time, but make it also very efficient to truly scale the brand to the very next level. But with that, let's now go over the automation strategy itself. To find this, you need to go over to tools and settings, and within tools and settings, you need to go to the bid strategies section. From here, if we click on advanced controls, we can see a few new things that have been added very recently. First one is the seasonality adjustments. Second one, the data exclusions. Both of these are sort of automations which you can add, but we're going to start with the seasonality adjustments one. Now, what the seasonality adjustments does is ideally it makes it easy for you to change your bids or change your budgets during events. It even tells you right here, such as sales or promotions, and you only want to use this if you expect any type of significant changes to your conversion rates, because smart bidding already manages seasonal events. So read this again: smart bidding already manages seasonal events. Your smart bidding approach, if you have PMAXs, if you have search campaigns with smart bidding based strategies, those already take care of this. Those are already pretty automated. You don't want to take this approach if you don't really need that. But with that being said, this is something you should only be using for a short period of time, ideally between 1 to 7 days. Don't use it more often, because then it defeats the purpose of this, and it can sometimes even mess up your ad account completely, because again, this is a robot, it's not a real human being. But if we click now on new seasonality adjustments, we get two different adjustment types. First one is budget, second one is conversion rate. If we start with budgets, the way to set this up is fairly simple. It asks you for a name of this seasonality adjustment, it asks you for a description, pretty straightforward. You want to add as relevant information as possible there, but the most important part is the start time and the end time. Ideally, you want to be starting your seasonality adjustment based things at midnight. So I like to start it around 12 a.m., maybe 1 a.m. at the latest, but you want to let it run for the whole entire day starting at midnight. From there, end time, again, you don't want to run it for more than a week. So if I were to start it on April 4th, I would end it by around April 10th or maybe maximum April 11th. And again, you want to end this right before midnight, so 11 p.m. Or if you want to add a bit more scarcity, you can put another time here and then start a timer or something on your website and then push some ads like Google search ads or whatever you want to make it more scarce, so people actually start buying before the time runs out. And this is the best way to do it. But keep in mind, it lets you only adjust the budget side of things for 3 or more days, so keep that in mind. But when you scroll down, it asks you to choose a campaign. You need to choose a campaign where you want to basically apply this, and you want to choose one campaign at a time here. But then it asks you how much do you want to adjust. It's going to add additional average daily budget. So whatever you add here, if you want to add maybe $20 to it, you can write $20. If you want to add $50 within that time period, you can also add that in. But keep in mind, once this ends, this is going to revert back to the original budget, whatever it was. So that's why I say don't go crazy and add like $1,500 or $15,000, because then that's going to be a very drastic change between budgets after this is over, and that can end up destroying your ad account. So you want to ideally be doing it no more than maybe $100 to maximum $250, depending on how big your budgets already are. If you're running $1,000 a day already, then $250 to $500 is not going to be too big of a deal. But that's how you kind of set up the budget automations. Now for conversion rates, this is very interesting. You can actually change this setting based on what you expect your new conversion rates to be. So as you see right here, it says enter an estimate based on the expected conversion rate changes. So if you see see, for example, during a 3-day sale or during 5-day sale or even during Black Friday, that conversion rates jump up by 50%, then you can increase your bid automatically and let the algorithm do it for you by just writing 50%. So what it says is essentially if you write 50%, an estimated conversion rate of 5% will become 7.5%. It's very important for you to set these numbers based on previous data. Don't just randomly go in and set up a random number here, because that's going to truly destroy your brand. And as you can see, if you go too crazy, it just doesn't even show what it's going to be at that point. So keep things very minimal, keep things as it's necessary based on real data. The beauty about the conversion rate increases or decreases it lets you choose based on campaign type. So you can choose all search campaigns, or you can choose all shopping, etc. I highly recommend you don't just go after a campaign type individually, but rather go after specific campaigns and then choose based on that. You can also choose based on a certain device, and that's really not necessary in my opinion. You can just leave all three checked, but go after individual campaign types. It's as simple as that. But just like you can increase, you can also decrease things if necessary. But from here, data exclusions, this is more of an automation for if something, for example, something broke in terms of conversion rate tracking or just conversion tracking in general, and you don't want to have it calculate that period of time for when it was broken. Let's say it was broken from the 1st of April to the 3rd of April. Then you would have just excluded here for all campaign types. In this situation, this automation works best for all campaign types because this is going to get rid of all of that bad data you got for a certain period of time, and it's very beneficial. Those are the two automations which Google really introduced. We're using them heavily now across not only my brands, but also some of the brands we work with under my Google Ads agency or marketing, and we're seeing great results. Which, by the way, if you run a brand doing 50,000 or more per month in revenue and you want to scale to the very next level with Google Ads, go onto my website at yourmarketing.com and schedule a free call with me to see essentially how we can work together and make that happen. But check out this video right here on the newest case study I did of an e-commerce brand which we blew up using a similar approach like this one right here.